In 2021, I was living in Vancouver, Washington, and as I was walking back to my apartment one day from the store, I went past a construction site, and in the vacant lot next to the construction site, I saw these long trucks with what looked like some kind of gantry on top of them. And I thought, oh, well, maybe they're going to build some kind of sky crane and build a high-rise, but the construction site was for a small building. The next day, this showed up. It appeared to be a mobile crane, but I've never seen one of this design before. The ones I've seen were in documentaries, movies, and of course Lego Technic toys. But I was intrigued. They were starting to deploy it. So throughout the day I'd go back and take photos and watch. As they started building it, it was obvious that it was a mobile crane of some type, mainly because you could see the jacks in the back had been deployed. And usually this means that whatever kind of crane this is, he didn't want it to fall over from whatever load it picked up. But the two struts that were sticking up at the top there, it looked more like a giant slingshot to me, and I was wondering, what's this all about? As it was continuing to be deployed, I began to think that it was some kind of telescoping mobile crane, and I was looking forward to seeing how they'd actually do this, because I've never seen one of these cranes in action before, and heavy machinery like this always fascinates me. It blows my mind that people can design and build such machines that can do such extraordinary things. At the end of the day, when the work crews had left, I got closer to it. I just wanted to take some photos and have a look. It was really an extraordinary looking thing to behold. It still looked like a giant slingshot to me, though. After I took these photos, I went online to see if I could find this thing. And sure enough, it was made by a company called Liebherr, that's Liebherr, in Germany. And this was a mobile crane, model LTM 1750-9.1. It was 9 axles, and, well, I saw some other cranes that this company made, and they were gigantic compared to this one. Some of them looked like they could pick up houses, but this one was really neat. I thought the driver's cab in the front was really something. I could only imagine what this thing must have looked like when I was driving down the street. I wish I could have seen that. And it looks like a portion of the truck was removed to make way for the crane itself to turn. And I could just imagine how much the counterweights would weigh. The cab shown here is the operator's cab for the crane. And the entire crane rotates 360 degrees in all directions. Now the telescoping part of the crane itself extends from the very top of the yellow strut going toward the sky. The two smaller struts to either side hold the rigging, which is attached to the crane's hook. I'm not an engineer, and I'm not a construction science major. I can only theorize about how this works. But it is really interesting to see how this is built. Now this is what the crane looks like when it's fully deployed. And it's lifting pieces of a wall for the building in the back. During the week that this crane was being used to assemble the building, I was riding my bike up the road, and they had cordoned off one lane of the road because they were lifting what looked like a ceiling plate or a floor plate into the internal structure of the building. I mean, the ceiling or floor plate, whatever it was enormous. And I was thinking, wow, This is really cool. I mean, we do not give the people who build our buildings and our infrastructure enough credit. I mean, usually we hassle about, oh, why is it taking so long? Oh, they're interfering with our daily routine. But machines and the construction procedures that people use to build all of our cities is really extraordinary. I mean, think about it. If you've seen those wind turbines on the ridges throughout the country, you wonder, what did they use to build those? And then I consider the wind turbines in harbors and offshore. What did they use to build those? So, after this experience, I've shown more respect to construction operators. They really are a wonder to behold, along with the machines they use. I invite you to look online. There are 10 different companies that manufacture cranes like this and other construction equipment. Take a look and see what else they build. It'll blow your mind away. It's really extraordinary. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up afterward and share it with your friends.